Our firm had the privilege of representing the family of a 41-year-old man, a military veteran, who showed up at Mount Sinai Hospital with otherwise what should have been relatively routine cardiac issues. And through a series of unfortunate events and some mistakes, he subsequently died. And it was as a result of really, you can call them communication errors, you can call them just things that were overlooked. And ultimately this family lost their caregiver, their breadwinner, and their patriarch. While the symptoms he presented with at Mount Sinai were relatively obvious, there were some complicated issues of medicine that were involved. And in order to do that, there's a lot of steps that you have to take. You have to first, of course, have the records reviewed by someone who's competent to understand what happened. And then after you have those records reviewed, you need to send them off to an expert to take a look at it and say, here's what we believe happened. And it's very thorough. You're not just looking at what happened necessarily at Mount Sinai, but you're looking at the person's medical history before that to understand how they presented at the hospital. We spent a lot of time, a lot of resources understanding his medical history, understanding what happened at Mount Sinai, and making sure the most competent and qualified physicians in the entire country, maybe the world, were able to look at the records and understand what happened, what shouldn't have happened, what went wrong, and reviewed the medical records to say, listen, here's what should have happened when he arrived at the hospital. Here's the treatment he should have received, and here's what would have happened. And ultimately, had they done the things that in the experts' opinions were proper, this 41-year-old man would have been alive today.